This is why I never throw you the intro. The one time I try to throw you the intro.
You're not supposed to say anything for another 10 seconds, bro. You're supposed to let this play out, and then you hop on the mic, and then I go... Hey everybody, this is Kenneth Berry from Touchdowns and Tangents. Pete apparently forgot how the show's working, even though he wasn't here last week, or I don't know. You good now, Pete? Hey everyone, happy Black History Month. My birthday's next week. I know you don't care. I just wanted to say that.
We definitely don't care.
Definitely. I don't care. I don't care that you don't care. I don't care about y'all birthdays either.
God damn it, the mouse is dead. Well, I guess we're not getting any sound bites off this today.
I mean... This is why I charged the mic earlier, but apparently...
Show, special guest.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know if he's a friend anymore.
Wow. Now, or should we wait till they're up? You know.
Probably at the gym with that one random person that you see all the time, but you decide to strike up a conversation with them, and you find out, hey, they're actually funny.
And so with that, shout out to the X Squad affiliate, shout out to the FPC radio, shout out to everybody who fucks with us, shout out to your favorite podcast app.
Good News Radio.
So,
Good News Sports.
That said, let's jump right into it so then we can get to talking to our friends and the breaking news that they got to bring. So, without teasing it anymore, first thing we're going to talk with your homies.
At a rally.
Showed all the times that happened because people were saying that had never happened before, but
that
actually
happens like all the time, like every year.
So yeah, basically Myles Garrett caught a charge for no damn reason, but he's back.
6-game suspension, indefinite.
If anything, that's a win because nobody wanted to play those last 6 games for Cleveland anyways.
Exactly.
So we'll see how that plays out, but I expect Garrett to be fully motivated, especially during the Steelers. I'm sure they'll put that game in prime time again.
Oh, and honestly, he only got suspended really because it was a primetime game.
Speaking of primetime, this past week, the XFL made their debut.
That's
the one I wanted, my bad. But the plus is okay too. Oh, wow. We're playing with no mouse today.
Thanks, courtside. We love you guys.
We're playing with the Moody mouse.
I really wanted to just go ahead and hit that iced tea one.
Like I said, Skynet.
Similar incidents
floating around.
It's not really floating around. It's really to my right. Like
now you're projecting. I was in a good mood. I've been attacked since I sat down.
The hate is swelling in you now.
Probably. Anyway,
back to the XFL.
Yeah. So something that you shouldn't hate on. 3.12 million viewers. They got a 1 rating, which for them is
I don't know what they were up against.
I mean, they compared it to like a Monday Night Football game, which on average gets like 3.3 to 3.6.
No, but a rating depends on how many people are watching TV and what's it up against on a Saturday morning. Or Saturday.
Just letting it be known. I'm
out swinging right away and beat the XFL. And
the XFL learned from all of them.
And they learned from all of them and took their rules, tweaked them a little bit more, took their talent, took other talent.
Now, I think
used the WWE relationships and to cultivate more relationships that transition to the XFL getting broadcast rights, which is really the biggest selling point. I mean, the fact that you can watch it on Fox, on ABC, on ESPN, on these mainstream networks where you're used to getting your football, that's a huge advantage versus, just being on an NFL network where any sort of replay or any sort of highlight can be on at any given time. You don't even really know when to tune in or what to retrans, whatever. Antonio Brown is not in the XFL, and I don't know if he'll ever get into the NFL. But I do know that he's been playing the sad face, apologizing to people, apologizing to the Raiders. Supposedly he's in contact with Gruden. He's been apologies. To Big Ben Roethlisberger. He pretty much said, my bad. What we had was great. It was unmatched. I'm sorry. So
he's sorry for 2004, and he's not going to mess up anymore? That's a Ruben Studdard line. Don't worry about it. American Idol.
You are Ruben Studdard.
I'm really not.
You're like the jaded, angry.
I'm not
Ruben
jaded.
Studdard.
I'm only angry sometimes. Definitely not jaded, though. I'm just more reserved. I just don't really care anymore. But I'm not cheering. How you just gonna jump in? Unbelievable.
So, what else do you make of the whole Antonio? Like, is there anything Antonio Brown can do that would actually make this person sincere? Delete your social.
Fuck, stop talking.
Go away for a little bit.
My guy, stop talking. This is from somebody who, like, talks and, like, I can remember and go back vaguely in moments of my life and go, wow, I should have shut the fuck up. Like, stop talking. I'll be Terrier going at the gym, you punk bitch. Sit down. And we've all been there. Like, yeah, I really
we're having breakthroughs, man. Shit, yeah. I wasn't even expecting this. It's only Thursday. We still got a whole another day in the week, and we're having breakthroughs. Fuck.
I hate all my friends.
We're only 15 minutes in the show. I'm excited.
Like, all my friends are dead to me emotionally. It's okay.
Yeah, there's still Andrew.
Andrew's been emotionally dead for years.
Yeah,
since he got
dead when we met him.
Like, since before the train. Let's be honest.
Whoa.
Like, he knows that.
Ouch.
I love you, Andrew, but you're emotionally dead inside towards your friends. And that's what it takes to be the leader. I mean, technically, he got us all together, so. He's like the Nick Fury of our group chat.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
No. There's some hidden gems, if you will.
Mandalorian got no hands.
Don't watch that.
DuckTales, pretty much.
We're talking to them.
We were going to vaguely talking to the Rams, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much the Rams announced their new coordinators.
Sorry for cussing, Mom, so much.
Their special teams coordinator, their offensive coordinator, and their head coach. Their defensive coordinator is a linebackers coach from the Cowboys? Somewhere.
Hold on. Dom Capers is the Vikings' new defensive assistant.
Oh,
coach.
He must really just want to coach.
Yeah.
Because that man is old.
Shout out to Eric Bieniemy, who can't get a head coaching job anywhere, but all these retreads who suck. And shout out to Kevin O'Connell, who was like
he was the Broncos' outside linebacker coach, because though it really performed well.
Outside of Von Miller, that was fantastic. Fantastic work.
And the other offensive coordinator they hired, Kevin O'Connell, he
former San Diego State quarterback, had a big on
about the Rams, and then we're going to talk.
Well, they already talked about his future.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like 4 years left on the deal. I could see him getting moved. And even though me and Nick Hamilton were talking about it on Twitter, and he swears it's a bad idea, I still say the Chargers could end up stealing Derrick Henry in free agency. And then he'd be the best running back in the state of California.
I love Nick, but he also thinks Melvin Gordon is a top 10 running back.
And I was like, how? He's never averaged 4 yards a carry in a season. Ever.
Well, in the red zone, he gets touchdowns, but...
So did T.J. Duckett. Where's T.J. Duckett at? Shout out to Michigan State.
No, I thought he went to...
T.J. Duckett was a first-round pick, 18th overall, went to Michigan State.
I thought he went to Virginia.
No, he went to the Falcons, but he.
No, I thought he went to Michigan State.
He went to Michigan State.
Ugh.
Yes, which explains why they can't get running backs who can catch out of the backfield. You gonna Google it? You're gonna nasty. You gonna see that 45, that ugly ass diarrhea green.
I'm mad he had 1,400 yards.
I mean, Carlos Rogers
was he fast then?
He was fast as hell. He ran a 4.45.
Because by that fourth year, he was not fast.
Yeah, he was like the precursor to Michael Turner, but
something
bigger,
like that.
But bigger, and he didn't fumble as much.
He was Zach Crockett 2.0.
He was insanely faster than Zach Crockett.
He didn't play that fast 4 years in the league.
I mean, once he got hurt, he stole all Warrick touchdowns. Everybody stole Warrick touchdowns. That's why I say he's a Hall of Famer. Vic stole his touchdowns, which, by the way, have you seen the Vic?
Nah, but I heard it wasn't that good.
Yeah, shout out to 30 for 30. Shout out to, never mind, I'll save that for later in the show, but yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty much like an Aaron Hernandez situation to where, I already know this shit, so me watching it was
yeah.
All these other people are tweeting oh, breaking news. All this shit happened 3 years ago. Yeah, we know. We were fucking tweeting about it then.
I was there.
Then it was outrageous and fucking weird. Now it's just a fucking Netflix show.
Yeah. And also, I was there for Michael Vick's career.
Now it's just a fucking Saturday and Sunday killed.
Now it's just a Christmas card that I'm going to send Pete. Now it's just a meme
dickhead.
now it's just going to be wallpaper on presents that I get Pete one day.
So with that, the other news peg of the week.
Pete is like
In
good
case you
Aaron
missed
Hernandez.
it, last week we had the debate. Last week we had the Iowa caucus, and this week we had New Hampshire, two of the biggest states in the election. So of course we brought in our guy, our political correspondent, the king of the SCV. Mr. Yearbook Class of High School.
I snitched on the hall monitor.
I wasn't even in your book.
Whatever, your newspaper.
Mister,
I just remember in college you used to talk about your newspaper in college all the time. Like,
It was the only experience that I had at that point.
yeah, but everything was like a metaphor to that.
I did that at the
Literally.
Signal. I would bring up the sundial because people would be like, "Oh yeah, I remember the sundial." Probably I should
sundial was like
introduce
Fear and
myself,
Loathing.
given
Yeah.
I've been a disembodied voice for about 20 minutes.
Okay, disembodied voice.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Ryan Mancini, back again. I've got company this time though.
Sebastian Schug, former silent partner, going on about 20 minutes, same as you.
I talked about it last week. They're already meeting with girls.
Oh God. So
Oh, and it's
all-
reconnecting
How many times did you
again.
see it?
And this is coming
I've
from
only seen it once.
This
I've
is
seen it
coming from
once.
someone who hasn't seen the movie, so I'd like
You
to.
haven't seen it?
still haven't. What?
What is wrong with you?
Wait,
Have
that-
you
that
had
eight,
like
right, or nine?
Adam Driver
Ninth.
marriage
Oh, no,
story
ninth.
rage yet?
I just haven't had the time.
What?
I haven't had the time.
It's been a long ass
it.
time.
I know it's been a
Stop
long
it.
ass time.
I could have seen that movie 7 times over.
Bro, you have 3 hours in your week. You're here. You should just leave right now and go watch the movie.
And
Just stream it
based
now.
off
better
of-
use of your time.
And here's the thing. Look, I'm not going. Here's the thing. Kenny and I have had a tradition since Force Awakens that the rewatch, we go see it together.
So by tradition, you've done that twice. Is that a tradition?
yeah, we did. We were going to do it for all
You've done
3
it
films.
twice? Like, you've only done it twice? Is that a
Yeah,
tradition?
because there's only 3 movies. It's a trilogy. That's how it works.
Is it a-
math?
far from a trilogy.
Andrew Yang, math.
Is that a
the
tra-
math works?
Is-
Not in
is
Yang's
Is that a
case.
trajectory? Is it a trajectory at least?
Is that a tradition though?
Is it a trajectory?
No, it was.
I feel like a tradition's like 3 or 4 plus. Like you got to
Yeah.
make it to 3 or 4, and then you can call it a tradition.
I mean, I know the Natural History Museum
But
has
how
their
is not
first
letting you do it
annual
again?
Dino Fest. And it's like, how can it be annual when it's the first one?
Like
you
9
gotta
is
have
not
the
letting
first
you
one
on the club on a
first.
technicality.
inaugural.
Exactly.
All right, so continue. How do you feel about Rise of Skywalker?
So you guys heard about the Colin Trevorrow script? He was going to direct it. He was going to write it. He was the guy who made
I
Jurassic
heard it
World.
recently.
He's working on the 3rd Jurassic World movie.
No one wants to see Jurassic anything.
I mean,
know how it
based from
ends.
experience, the Jurassic Anything 3, it doesn't have a good track
No,
record,
this was
so-
the... Well, that's true.
Yeah.
People actually like Jurassic World.
Yeah, no, I love Jurassic
People
World.
like it.
And why
The
did
second-
why
the
do
second
people
one-
like it? Why
I
do
still
people like
haven't
it?
seen it.
Why do kids like it?
Why?
Merch. You get to
Not
you get to
necessarily.
the 3rd movie because you can sell merch a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's... Okay, this isn't Jurassic World. It's a Star
Star Wars,
talk.
they got to a 3rd movie because they could sell a lot of merch. I literally told Pete that at the theater.
But also,
while he
they were
was
going to make
shitting
a
on it,
trilogy.
and it was hilarious.
Like, they weren't... George Lucas wasn't going to stop at Attack of the Clones. He was going to be like, oh, I got to show
Well,
how
I hope he didn't
Anakin...
stop.
I got to show how Anakin becomes Darth Vader.
He kept selling merch too.
I got to make sure everyone sees how Anakin becomes Darth Vader.
Touche.
No, Colin Trevorrow had a story. It was very inside baseball, and ultimately that was passed over. He did a movie that I don't think Lucasfilm was very happy with, and it wasn't even a Disney or Lucasfilm movie. It was his own original idea, and so he was ultimately taken off the project, and that's how they got JJ in the mix, and that's how you get the whole story with Palpatine, and without giving it away to certain
So it's a
friends
completely
in the
different.
room.
So it's
Yeah.
a different story and plotline. Is what
Oh,
you're
it's
saying.
so different, and it's a much better story because it's you're not treading the same path. You're not making it feel because you're answering questions while also creating an original ending that doesn't feel like you're copying what came before, but also you're creating an ending that really pays off the entire franchise, like beyond just the first 8 films.
So you're literally the only.
did more. He kind of, wow, this really isn't what I thought it was. And in a lot of ways, the fact that this trilogy ended the
This
way
whole
it did.
trilogy should be that way.
Well, it also just goes part and parcel with the fact that the Star Wars trilogy, the whole idea